Hello everybody, welcome to the Hacienda Rivet here. Today we're going to make something from Italy, the Lazio region, which is around Rome. We're making pasta alla matriciana. Matriccia is a small town outside of Rome, and this is where this recipe originated back in the 1850s. It's very rustic, very easy to make, and it's a poor people's food. What initially intrigued me, by the way, it's one of the top 5 most popular recipes in Italy. It does not have garlic or onion in it. And I thought, wow, okay, let's give it a go. What we got here is some pork jowl, Guanciale, pecorino, and whole peeled tomatoes. Those are the signatures that you need. We got some red pepper flakes, salt and pepper. Now let me talk about the pasta. The original pasta is bucatini, which is a thick spaghetti that's actually hollow. There is no way to get bucatini here in the Midwest unless you order it, and I'm not paying $15 for a pound of bucatini. What we done here is this is about a 2-pound piece of pork jowl. We cut it in half, and we cut the rind off. We don't need that. That's going to get tossed. Now we're going to cut this into small pieces that we're going to fry up. And there you have it. So let's go ahead and get cooking. Alright, over medium heat in a smidge of olive oil that's been heated, we are going to add the Guanciale. And over medium heat, we're going to cook it up. I turned the heat off a couple minutes ago, and you see how nice and browned the pork jowl is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add about a cup of white wine. This is optional. I mean, you know, you're going to cook the alcohol off anyway, so what the heck. You could add as much or as little as you want. And once you got that, we're going to add the tablespoon of red pepper flakes, turn it back on to medium. Let's get this, you see how it's simmering down here already? Let's get this cooked off for about a minute or so. Right, so we've got it on medium high after about a minute or so. Now we're going to add those San Marzano tomatoes. Now what you do with the tomatoes is they're whole, peeled in the can. You just take a potato masher and mash them down. This is a very rustic dish, and you don't want to use a tomato puree or sauce. You want it to have that rusticness in it. And if you've got fresh garden tomatoes that you want to quarter up and throw in there, well, yeah, bring them on. Okay, so now we have a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper, and let's go ahead and mix this in over medium-high heat. 7 minutes of it boiling like this, stirring fairly often. We've got the pot of boiling water over here to the left. At this point, now we're going to add the pasta, and it says al dente perfection in 12 minutes, so we want to cook it 2 or 3 minutes shy, because we're going to finish cooking it in here Italian style. Alright, so the pasta is about 4 minutes short of being cooked fully, which is perfect, and we're just going to add it here. And yes, we want some of the pasta sauce in there, and if your sauce dries out a little much, you can always add pasta water to it. That's fine. So we're going to add more pasta in there, but I just wanted to show you this. And we're going to finish cooking it like this over medium heat. And this is my new pan. It's called a pasta finishing pan. As soon as I added all the pasta there, I immediately turned off the heat, and it's been stirred slightly and cooking for about 2 minutes. Now what we're going to do is add a generous amount of pecorino, and we'll do this in iterations. And the reason why you want to turn off the heat is because you don't want to cook the cheese in there with the heat going, because you don't want it to lump up. This is going to serve 2 purposes. One, thicken up the sauce, and 2, give it that incredibly luxurious and typical flavor, which is pasta alla matriciana. Alright, so there we go. We got some. We're going to add more. Yeah, and folks, be generous with this cheese. It's made out of sheep's milk. Very good. We have our steaming goodness here, pasta alla matriciana, or penne alla matriciana. And so it's typically garnished with more pecorino. And be generous with that. If you want, you can add more ground black pepper, but I think I tasted it. It's fine. This is not a very spicy dish. So let's go ahead and dig in and try it.